There was drought in a certain village, and the villagers decided to set a day to pray for rain. On the day of prayer, a little boy was the only one who came carrying an umbrella, and that is what I will call faith. Today, I want to share with you how to evaluate if there's ready market for your business. Hello, welcome once again to Yale Podcast, Youth, Entrepreneurship, and Leadership. And if you are new here, I am Michira Mora Sylvia, founder of Yale and also creative entrepreneur and creative founder of SM Collectives that deals with art, handmade bags, and handmade carpets. The mind of a young person is like that of that little boy, full of faith, optimistic, having fresh ideas and new perspective. But it is one thing to have an idea, and it is another thing to succeed with that idea at the marketplace. Because even though we have so many business ideas, I want to tell you the truth. Most of these business ideas are just good on paper. Once you start to implement it, you realize that it takes a great deal of luck to be able to translate that idea into profit. So before you take a plunge, before you splash your money or spend your life savings into that business idea, I want you to do a market analysis. I know someone will say, Michira, that is rocket science. How can I do a market analysis? Hold on, because I have your back and I'm going to share with you only 5 steps on how to do a market analysis and to evaluate if there's ready market for your business. But before I do that, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly hit the subscribe button below and also follow me on all my social media platforms. Thank you. So the first step to evaluate if there's ready market for your business, I want you to paint a picture of who is your ideal customer in your mind. We always talk about having a target market. That is good, but I want you to ask yourself, who is my ideal customer? Because when you ask yourself that question, who is your ideal customer, you'll be able to know what is their behavior when that customer walks through the door. How will they relate to you? What problem are they likely to ask? What problems are they likely to face? And what do they expect from you? Let me be honest with you. Being able to paint the picture of your ideal customer is the biggest favor that you'll be able to do for your business. When you paint the picture of your ideal customer, you're able to identify with a specific problem and curate a solution that is specifically for them. Let me give an example. You have an idea to venture into the cosmetic or beauty industry. How to paint an ideal customer is ask yourself this question. When that customer walks through the door, what problems are they likely to face? Is it having dry skin or acne-prone skin? So that when you're giving that product or service, you exactly know which products or service you'll be pushing forward. When that customer comes and walks through that door, you already know what solutions to offer to them. And if you realize that you cannot be able to paint the picture of your ideal customer, chances are that your business idea is faulty and you have to go back to the drawing board. The second step of doing a market analysis, I want you now to snoop on into their spending habits. You already have the picture of your ideal customer in mind. You know their traits, you know their behaviors. Ask yourself, how are they likely to spend? Do they spend more during end month when they've received the salary, or during the beginning of the month when they have been able to cut on all the expenses? Do they spend more on holidays like Christmas, Valentine's Day? How do they spend on a single visit? If that ideal customer walks through, do they want a full package or do they want a single package? Asking yourself these questions may sound like a stupid idea or very ridiculous until you start that business and you realize that it will help you have realistic expectations and be able to create a suitable business model and streamline your operations. Because if a client wants a full package, you're able to curate something that is, find a solution that will offer them the full experience. And if it's just a single package, you're able to give them a product or a service by just hitting the nail on the head. The third step on how to do a market analysis, I want you to get your customers. What do I mean? You already have your ideal customer. You know how they spend. But how do I know that you exist? How will I know where you are? So you have now to get your customers. I want to emphasize on this point, especially if you are a small business owner, because I want you to have the most affordable way of marketing, yet the most effective strategy. What I mean is, how will you market your product? Is it mouth to mouth? Is it going from door to door? Is it going to events? Or is it posting on all the social media platforms? Because you want your customers to get to know you, and we want to know what you do and what product or services you are offering. So come and get your customers. If you can be able to book a newspaper advert, why not? If you can be able to book a billboard, why not? Market your product. Talk about what you do, talk about your business so that everybody can be able to know about you. The fourth step of doing a market analysis: keep your enemies closer. As the saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Yes, you have to know your competitors. Who are your competitors? What products and services are they offering, so that you can be able to know how to stand out in the market? There's two reasons why you should be able to know your competitors. The first reason is you're able to respond to their strategies with your own initiative. And secondly is you're able to set realistic expectations on how successful you're going to be. If you know your competitors, you realize that in that market there's so many supplies but there are no buyers. You have to avoid that idea. And secondly, if you realize that there are so many competitors but they're offering ineffective methods of operation, why don't you step into that market and offer the effective method of operation? I'm going to give an example of Glovo. They realized that there was no efficient method of operation because a client cannot be at the same two places at the same time. So they decided to be able to find a solution to that, whereby they could deliver your product to you wherever you are, be it in the workspace, in home, or wherever you are. So if you realize that in your idea they are offering an effective method of operation, why don't you step into that market and offer effective methods of operation? And lastly, step 5. Ta-da! Sharpen your claws. We have to agree that the world is increasingly becoming competitive, and as a young person, you have to have your competitive advantage. In a layman's language, or in what we'll say today, what do you bring to the table? What is your unique advantage? Because when you know your competitive edge, how to stand out in the market will be very easy for you. Let's say your competitive edge is you have very good, effective communication skills. Someone knows that when they come to do manicure or pedicure, they come feeling better than they stepped in, because you're able to tell stories that are going to inspire and enlighten them. Maybe your competitive edge is you're consistent and customers are able to rely on you. Your competitive edge can be that your shop is up and running at exactly 6 a.m. and a client knows when they come by exactly 6, they'll not find your shop closed. So ask yourself, what is your competitive edge? What do you have to offer that is unique to the market? And also stay authentic. Thank you so much for reaching to the end of this video, and I can't wait to see you next time on my other videos. Bye bye.